Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I hope you weren't wearing headphones during the intro because I wasn't, and I still thought, oh, okay, it's on. This is definitely a live stream happening right now. Welcome, everybody, to another vidIQ live stream. We are here to completely crush your dreams. Okay, no, we're not here to crush your dreams. I'm sorry. We're here to help give you tips to grow your channel. We hope you don't feel crushed because sometimes we're pretty honest. And we do that because we don't want you to waste any more time. We want you to grow your channels. I spent years on YouTube grinding away, doing things that were never going to work, and it took me a really long time to finally kind of figure things out. And so we're hoping those are the steps that you can skip by watching live streams like this one. And I'm not doing this alone. Rob's here.
Hey, everybody. Here to crush your dreams.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
That's right. I am your co-host today. Very happy to be here. vidIQ Nation, let us know where you are in the world. And out of a rating of 1 to 10, 1 being the best, how pumped are you for this live stream as I prepare myself fully for the next 2 hours that await? I appear to have almost broken that thing as I was swiping it.
I think it has like one live stream left in it.
How you doing, Dan?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to this. Crushing dreams. That's what I do for a living.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's what we all do. That's why we're
It's
here.
one of the like KPIs on our
Dreams crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dreams crushed. I'm up
have
to hang on, let me just check. I'm up to 3,297 this year. I'm not halfway, so I need to catch up.
Yeah,
So-
in our company-wide chat, we have like a ticker that just plays in the homepage, and you can just see how many dreams we've crushed. So, yeah, that's what we do. Okay, so the way this works is there's a couple forums down below, and we have a video that explains it for anyone who is new. And if you are new, be sure to maybe raise your hand in the chat. And then those of you who are not new, welcome all the new people because they're going to learn a whole bunch. All right, we've changed so many videos in the background. There's like a whole thing that explains the thing. Here it is.
Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. If you need a channel audit right now, make sure to check out the vidIQ Coach AI tool that will help you with strategies, ideas, titles, scripts. Link in the description. It's a game changer. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started.
All right, so we have lots and lots of channels to get to today and lots of surprises as well. You okay?
I just had like a serious wardrobe malfunction while the video was on. I wanted to try and shove something in that shelf and I failed and then that thing fell over. So I was like, oh, panicking everywhere. But I managed to do it all within the space of that video.
Okay, so yes, we have YouTube pulled up here. We have... You got it.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Now I'm having technical problems.
Yes.
This is supposed to be YouTube.
Where is it?
I don't know. It's not.
Let's try again. That's weird. What have you done, Dan?
I don't know. We see it in the bottom. I don't really know.
We do.
Yeah, let me try that again.
Let's try sharing again, shall we?
Yeah, why not? We have lots of channels to get to today.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Hey.
We have 2 forums down below, as you know, and there's a gaming forum and a non-gaming forum. The first non-gaming person.
Should we just mention, Dan, before we jump into it? Super chats. Did we cover that?
Oh, no, we didn't.
Super chats.
Yes, if you give a super chat, we will not just review your channel because you gave us some money. However, if you have any questions about YouTube and things like that, we are happy to take some time every so often to answer those questions. So if you leave super chats, that's how that works. Thanks. Sorry about that.
No worries.
And channel members also be on the lookout. We have some new emotes coming very, very, very soon, which you can use in live stream chats and comments.
Yes.
So we're excited about those too. All right. It's Michael Bautista. I think I'm saying that right. 3.7K subscribers, 144 videos. Now, what's interesting about this channel is that their last video was 2 years ago. And I think it's one of their most, if not their most viewed video. Okay, no, they have a couple of breakouts here.
Goodness.
Yes. But this was, okay, so this is still among their top videos. What they do is they sing about math. And I don't want to play the music for you just in case, but I will show you what the videos are kind of like.
Yep.
There are, graphics and just lyrics and, they're catchy. They're catchy songs about math. Just imagine music playing that's about math. My big question for this creator is what happened? Where did they go? Why 2 years ago? I'm assuming they are the ones who submitted their channel for review, and they haven't uploaded in a while. And there was no indication of course, like what they would like from us other than maybe just a general channel review because they're thinking of coming back. But of course, we don't have like a notes section, so I don't know if they are thinking of rebranding the channel or doing anything like that. What I will say, though, is because this channel hasn't posted in a couple years, they've also not really gotten on the shorts hype train. And I would recommend, my first suggestion for this channel is shorts. Music channels and shorts, I think, have a really, really good opportunity. Because people don't search for it. It just kind of pops up and they get to choose based on what they're hearing if they want to continue listening or not. So it's a really good discovery tool. But what do you think, Rob?
So first of all, I think it's really cool that this creator is blending two things that you wouldn't necessarily immediately attach together, and that is music and math in an educational sense. And I think it's pretty cool to try and educate in an entertaining way. And I think the music probably does that. We only saw like a brief glimpse of one of their videos, Dan, but it looked like they were putting some fairly substantial resources into the creation and editing process, which was good. And that last video got 11,000 views. And they have had breakout viral moments with their content, which is brilliant. Yes, obviously, where are they? Why have they not posted anything for 2 years? We need to commit to a bit of consistency, whether at this point, if it's just one video a month up until the end of the year, whatever. I guess my question would be, is what's the target educational market? Because I'm not sure. Is it people who are in junior school, high school, middle school, undergraduate, etc., etc., etc.? And when you look at displacement with definite integrals, that sounds pretty complicated. I can't remember if and when I did that in an educational sense. Is it the right way to educate that audience, which may be, I'm guessing, like 14, 15, 16 plus, or they could be at college? Is music going to really grab them? Because I'm thinking when you say education through music, I'm probably thinking of a younger audience. But I might be completely wrong, Dan, because we haven't watched any of the content. We don't know exactly how. We may be doing this in a really cool other way. But I saw that, clapping our hands, that feels a bit more, again, targeting a much younger audience. So maybe there's a disconnect between the form, the communication style, which is through music, and the actual audience they're trying to appeal to. That might be the disconnect, which means that they haven't found really big success with this channel. But again, real credit to just what they do. I mean, if you just let it play, Dan, and we let it play in the background without any music, this type of stuff takes a while to make.
What I want to show is this up here, the y equals x squared. This is not the kind of thing you would teach grade schoolers, like really young kids. They're in like addition, subtraction, things like that. So I just wanted to say, to your point, you have music that like feels very kid friendly,
right? Okay.
When you listen to it, and then the lyrics and the clap your hands and all that stuff. So this is something I can imagine working well on like a YouTube Kids kind of platform, but it's about more complex math. And so I do think like we got a question which we'll address more fully in a little bit about like what's the limits of like a niche, and I think we're kind of seeing it right here. Like,
okay, yeah,
you can have music about math, but you have to understand where that target audience is. You really need to understand the person you're making the content for. And in this case, you have math that's for this level of you know, math brain, and math, you know, and song that's for like this level of song brain, and they're just not. There's not enough crossover there.
But to sort of summarize this channel, we see lots of education channels, which is just like text on screen, writing on a whiteboard, etc., of conventional way of teaching. This is at least trying to do something different and fresh on YouTube, and it's kind of succeeded. You know, they have got nearly 4,000 subscribers, some videos with 500,000 views. Cool. But music and math, which demographic is that going to resonate with most?
Right. So yeah, this is how you rock calculus, you know. And again, like these songs are really catchy, and I just don't imagine high schoolers listening to something like this. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate the creativity. I think where the channel might have seen some struggles are the thumbnails. Just going back to, we do have a lot of very positive success here. These thumbnails are, I just think, like a good variety. They kind of look like they're coming from the same channel, maybe with the exception of this. They have like math equations in them and things like that. They're not overly complicated. But then the latest thumbnails, it's just kind of text, and you have this like same exact template you're using over and over again. And it doesn't, you know, the text at the top is, "This is how you rock calculus," every single time. And then there's some kind of complex math text that in the rest of the thumbnail. Whereas this graph dance song is so simple to understand. You know, you have a graph, you have hands that are about to clap together, and the text is very simple to understand. So I think that speaks to the success of this video, whereas these videos did not enjoy the same kind of views. So lots of things going on here. I do hope this creator comes back. I hope the reason they submitted is because they're thinking of making a return to YouTube. And at the very least, you could start to redo some of the thumbnails. If you agree with our advice, if you have some ideas for alternative thumbnails, you could take some of these and maybe test out some new ones. But ultimately, I think creating some new content is going to be like the key here. Best of luck to Michael Bautista. The first gaming channel that submitted on our gaming forum is MC Transport, which is, I think, a channel we've seen in the past. Maybe it looked familiar to me.
Yeah, I'm getting familiar vibes.
They are premiering a video. It looks like tomorrow. Okay, that's not too far off. That's okay for a premiere, I think. They are doing tips.
Depends how long it is, Dan. Because if you look at that one, it's 34 seconds long. If it's a similar length, listicle, does it need to be premiered?
7-minute videos. 3-minute, 4-minute.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah, if you're premiering, like, you can't even enjoy chat in 30 seconds. You know,
exactly.
That's like the big problem. Now, what I assume this person's doing, if you know anything about Minecraft, they're actually using a mod in Minecraft that adds trains and train tracks and things like that. So this is not regular Minecraft. There are no, you know, subway trains and airplanes in Minecraft. This person is kind of niching down into like a mass transit kind of like mod scene. If we look at the most popular videos, let's see.
I do remember some of those transit railway ones, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the text over these. I remember just seeing the train.
Yeah.
So I feel like they added the text on this, but I could be wrong. And so it looks like their best video has almost 5,000 views from 11 months ago. MTR mod resource packs. How to start a railway system in Minecraft. I think what made these videos not even as popular, like, so the first one has 1,000 views, but like they kind of dwindled after that. And I think it's because it's just the same exact thumbnail, but each one's about a different thing. Station facilities, but we don't get to see any station facilities.
Yep.
How to improve the railway system, but it's, again, the same thumbnail as that. So anyway, we probably talked about that in the past. Let's see what they're doing lately. So 5 tips for better looking tracks in Minecraft, 5 ways to make safer train tracks in Minecraft. That's another premiere. That one's coming out on, oh wait, that's 8/26, 8/12. Oh,
it's a month.
We're a month off. Okay.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's release these videos. If you're MC Transport, if you're watching this, let's get these videos out, because this, or take them off premieres until you're closer to that date, because this is not really helpful to anyone. If anyone checks out your channel page and this looks like something they want to see and it looks fun for them, they're just going to keep clicking on it like, what the heck? And they're going to go somewhere else to get that information. By the time this video comes out, especially since it's like a tips video, people are going to find their answers to their questions through somebody else who has the video up already.
There was a hack, Dan, with premieres a long time ago where I set a premiere for like a year in the future. And I kept changing the thumbnail saying, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll publish it. And it was really annoying for people because it's sat at the top of a feed. Like live streams, you know, when you have your 24/7 live streams, you used to sit at the top of people's feeds all of the time. So I don't know how often these days a viewer will see that premiere. Like, do they see that just once, even if it's in a month's time and they can set a reminder? Or do they see it multiple times? And if they're seeing it multiple times, then it just becomes white noise and they just assume, well, this person is just forever premiering stuff and never actually releasing anything, so I'm never going to click on any of these. They almost like forget that a video might not be a premiere and I might actually be able to watch it, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like switch and bet in that sense.
So yeah, definitely keep all that in mind. Now, I wanted to point to something in this video, which I think you should watch the whole thing, but I interviewed a creator named Josh Hayes, and I just wanted to show you the video itself because we recently changed some stuff on it, and I needed to remember myself what it was called, but how genius YouTubers grow their channels fast. And so look for this thumbnail, look for this title. We made it pretty recently. And in this video, I asked Josh straight up why he uses premieres, because I am a premiere doubter. I'm a hater when it comes to premieres. I've always wondered what the point of these are. And he makes a really, really good argument for why you should use them, how you should use them. And I had now come around. I think premieres are great, like if used correctly. This is not his suggestion to premiere things a month out. That's not it. 2 hours, maybe 24 hours at most. That's okay. But if this is coming out a month from now, people are not going to be sitting with bated breath waiting for you to release this. The other thing this channel is doing before we move on is 5 tips for better looking tracks in Minecraft. Now, again, if you're not a Minecraft channel, just try and follow me here for a second. Minecraft does not inherently have trains like this. There are minecarts and there are tracks that minecarts ride on, but that's a very small part of the game that not a lot of people, at least back when I played, used a whole lot. Like, not to a point where they were looking for tips and tricks, right? You can use the minecarts for various cool tricks and automations, but that's a lot more nuanced, and that's not what this video is saying. This video is suggesting that you make better train tracks for your trains like this one we see in the thumbnail, those mass transit kind of trains that don't exist in the game. And the reason this title doesn't work, in my opinion, is because Minecraft, the regular Minecraft audience, doesn't know that this is a thing you can get because they're not modding their games. A lot of them are playing on Microsoft's version of the game, which, has a different kind of system. The mods are not really mods, and it's a whole different reskinned kind of thing. And then the Java people are looking for train mods. They're not saying, how do I get better train tracks? They're saying, I need like a cool train mod because I'm playing regular Minecraft and I want something new added to it. This assumes that everyone has the mod you're using, this title and thumbnail combo, which is not the case. So keep in mind, again, your audience, like, you can say like better looking train tracks, like that's a thing you can provide, but you need to approach it from the perspective of somebody who doesn't even have this mod installed yet. They found this video because it looked interesting, because it's like, I don't have a train in Minecraft, that looks fun. And so you have to repitch these videos in a way that appreciates those folks who might want to use these tips, but first you got to convince them to get the mod itself. So you can make a bunch of these, but they have to be framed as every single one needs to assume that people who are watching do not have the mod installed. And I'm not talking about the content itself, I'm talking about the title and the thumbnail. That makes sense.
Sorry?
Does that make sense? I don't want to...
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
May I conclude with, they have a niche within the Minecraft niche, which is excellent, transport and this mod. They get a decent number of views for the size of a channel, 160 subscribers, several hundred views, but they need to commit a bit more to consistency. You look at the big gap there 6 months ago and then a month ago, and they've made about 6 videos in the last month, but some of them are premieres. They're batch making content, but they are very short as well. So could these literally be YouTube shorts as another approach? But yeah, I think this channel has potential. I just need to realize it a bit more. And I have one final question. In this game of trains in Minecraft, Either similar to the ones in Grand Theft Auto where they will not stop for anything. Like you put something in front of it and it just goes, it smashes straight through it. Someone let us know in the chat.
Yeah, that's a good question, because that could be fun. Like biggest train crashes in Minecraft, you know, and if you show a modded train kind of crashing, that could be fun. I think people might click on that.
Now, Dan, we have to hold everything at this point for Rob to get a little self-indulgent as I ask all of you gamers out there, and I know there are hundreds watching, what video game have you been playing this week? But not only that, where does this legendary gaming sound effect come from? You've been saying it's easy peasy for the last month. We'll get a load of this. Where does that sound effect come from? And bonus points if you can tell me what actually is happening when this noise occurs. Dan, I finished God of War Ragnarok and I've transitioned onto
Diablo.
God of War. I've gone back to the 2018 original. And man, it is so good. I've forgotten it as well, which is brilliant. So it's like playing a brand new game. It's like playing DLC for God of War. Oh, I'm loving it. It feels almost a bit tighter, actually, than Ragnarok. Thoroughly enjoying it. I'll be on it for another good few weeks. Diablo 4 for you, Dan? Is that what you're still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're both just doing the same thing.
Really boring. Really, really boring. So people are saying Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Mario Green Pipe thingy. Really? Really?
I can see why people would think that.
God of War. Nobody's actually telling us what games they're playing. They're just trying to tell us the death noise. Playing Witcher 2, Pac-Man dying. You're all still wrong. Oh, hang on. I think we may have a winner, Dan. Correct. That is the death noise from Mega Man. I don't know which one. Well, for me, it was Mega Man 2. I assume it has a similar noise in the prequel and then the subsequent sequels. But yes, I thought I'd give you all a hard one. Did you know the answer to that, Dan?
I did think it was Space Invaders death. I did not know because I didn't play Mega Man.
Fair enough.
I was playing Diablo.
And then just a few more, even back then. Somebody's
Diablo
playing
4.
Premiere Pro Editing, Spidey 2, Pokemon Scarlet. Is this even a game? I don't know. I've been playing COD. All right. So there you go, Dan. That's another self-indulgent gaming corner. I saw it at another channel.
I think COD's like a first-person fishing game or something. All right. So the next pre-selected channel on our list today is I'ma Resell It. They are selling.
Okay.
They are reselling items on eBay. And
I get the channel name. I actually quite like it. It's quite cool. It's quite catchy.
It's the banner. I wouldn't have like this would have taken me a long time.
Yeah.
But the banner definitely helped. So I appreciate that. So I picked this channel because I enjoyed like the passion they're putting into like their titles, their thumbnails. They're obviously trying a lot of stuff, and I can tell this is like somebody who's really excited about YouTube. I wanted to see if we can help them out because there are just some like quick things I noticed here that I think if they were to work to correct, they could probably see a nice boost in views. So the first thing is they are, and I think it's totally fine to do like a community video where like you're meeting up with other people and things like that. It just kind of like this is what it feels like because there was another really popular video on their channel. Oh no, that is it. There's a couple meetup videos. There's different like conventions and things they've done, and those did pretty well. And I imagine it's because like it's kind of a collab, like maybe it's other YouTubers or things like that. I think stuff like this is fine, but when I noticed it was their most popular content, it made me wonder like, okay, well, what, it seems like they're going out to meetups. Like, what's the channel? Like, because I can see it here, but sometimes I don't see it here. Sometimes it's the eBay logo, but it doesn't really fit in. So I tried YouTube Shorts for 30 days, Mr. Beast edition. And there's them holding a beaker, and there's a YouTube Shorts logo and a big eBay logo.
Yeah.
And so it kind of feels like, hey, like stay within your niche, right? Like make sure everything you do is related to your niche. And so they want to talk about YouTube Shorts, but they want to always be like, oh crap, it has to be within my niche. I'll put the eBay logo in the thumbnail. And I get it's because they tried YouTube Shorts on their channel about eBay reselling. So I can see, but it took, as a new viewer scrolling through YouTube, the problem is seeing this thumbnail and this title by itself, like without the context of your channel and your channel banner, it's too hard for me to make the connection, right? So community videos where you're meeting up with people, no notes. That's cool. Like pictures of you with people you're meeting up with, great. But when it comes to stuff like this, discoverable videos, things that are supposed to get your channel found, this needs to be a little more clear for somebody who's scrolling through YouTube. And when I tried YouTube Shorts for 30 days, to me, that's like a YouTube growth style video. I don't know if there's a way you can post a video like this on this channel where it makes sense. Maybe, but it would be really challenging, because when I imagine eBay resellers, I imagine people who are trying to learn to sell things on eBay themselves, and people who want to follow your journey as someone who's making money reselling things on eBay. So there are some of those things that are like, this is why I say I think they're really passionate about YouTube. They want to talk about YouTube. They want to like share every aspect of their journey, whether it's the selling of stuff on eBay or how their actual like channel itself is doing, which is about eBay reselling. And those two things are totally different topics, is like the main thing I'm trying to get across here. So that was like the first thing I noticed. I also wanted to do a quick search for like eBay reselling. This is like where my research would start. And these are the types of titles and thumbnails that I would more expect to see of an eBay reselling channel. 82 things to sell on eBay to make money monthly. Pretty straightforward. And then the thumbnail couldn't be more clear. Bag of stuff, person pointing and saying, sell this. Like, boom, done. Talking about the amount of money you're making. This also feels right up that alley, because anyone can resell on eBay, and people might want to watch and say like, how can I make a few bucks? You know, I like eBay. What can I do? So there's a lot of like videos that are in like the finance kind of space where it's like, I get paid this much money from reselling on eBay. And then there's like thrift store flipping and things like that, where it's kind of vlog style, right? It's them pushing a shopping cart and they're running through thrift stores and they're picking out items they think will do well on eBay. That is, to me, what an eBay reselling channel looks like. And I think this channel is like really close. Like they're trying so many things. And I would just love them to try one of those more like traditional kind of like title thumbnail combos for when they go to Goodwill and they do go to a thrift store and try and like find things to flip. What do you see?
There's a lot to talk about here, isn't there, Dan? Like, where do I start? Let's start with the basic desire of the average viewer of your channel. And that's a single word: profit. They're all Ferengis at heart. That's a Star Trek joke. We saw some of the thumbnails when you did a search, Dan, which included dollar amounts, like how much they're selling for, how much they're buying, etc., etc. So you may want to start there with like the lowest common denominator on some of the thumbnails. The videos are recycled very frequently. A lot of this stuff is from a day ago, even a couple of hours ago, which was really interesting. A day or 18 hours ago. Yeah. So there's stuff at the top of the search terms here, less than a day old. So it's an area of opportunity, not like mega sales, but there is mega views, thinking of sales and eBay. So there is opportunity here. Now, if you go back to the hero channel, they've tried to implement a lot of thumbnail tactics, but almost gone overboard on all of them. So they've added borders to their thumbnails, but they're all different colors. I don't know why. They've added a double stroke effect to every single person in their thumbnails, which, yes, does give it kind of a bit of a distinctive look. But my eye is drawn to the red stroke rather than the human beings.
Yeah.
And the bright vomit colors that you're using in some thumbnails, which in some circumstances we would encourage, I actually think it's causing you to fall into the background because of your skin tone. I don't think these thumbnail colors fit the hero of this channel. And then the final thing is, let's try and tell more stories. I think this is a natural habitat of storytelling. So maybe the next videos that you're thinking about, and obviously we're not watching the video here. In fact, Dan, yeah, let's watch the first 15 seconds of a video and see if we get like a teasing of a story. So in this video, I'll be going over all of the stuff that I thrifted on my trip on the way to camp listening party. Okay, so there's nothing actually wrong with that. So pause it. What I would say there is, I would probably try and include some B-roll of you doing that. And here's like the super secret tip that I'm sharing with you all now, and I'm trying to incorporate myself. I'm doing this in shorts as an experiment. In the first 5 to 10 seconds of a video, I want you to include these 2 words, and this could be an absolute game changer. But then, that's the start of a story with an obstacle. So you have the hero, this is what they're doing, but something happened. And then you've teased something of intrigue. And I think this type of content where you're flipping, reselling, trying to make a profit, that but then moment is where you say, oh, hello. Oh, wow, that happened. What's going to happen next? You know, it draws the viewer into the content. So yeah, I know there's a lot there, but there's a lot to look at. Because as you say, Dan, it's clear this creator is super passionate about being on YouTube and building a community and a tribe about their beliefs on eBay reselling. But they seem to be doing so much and maybe not drilling down on a few key points that they need to focus on.
Yeah. So a lot of different tips there for this channel. It means a lot of work. You know, we've kind of
Where do you
given
start?
a pile of homework. In case anyone's feeling overwhelmed by all of that, you can take it one step at a time. You know, I would be working first and foremost on the pitch of each video, the title and the thumbnail, because we need to simplify that a lot. I feel like they're probably spending a lot of time on their thumbnails, like getting the different strokes and the different elements together, when really the thumbnails we saw when we did the search eBay reselling were pretty simple. It was like someone standing in maybe a store or something, and then like an arrow pointing at something, the person like maybe pointing or gesturing along with it, and then maybe a dollar amount. Like, it can be that simple, and it just needs to relate to the thumbnail or the title of the video too. Like, just do a little bit more research and see, like, take notes on like what other people in the space are doing and try and mimic that in your own style. Like, that's first. That's already a ton of work, but if you can nail that, then you can get into the more nuanced storytelling kind of tips that Rob is saying, because this content is great for that. Because I'm sure you go to the store with a plan. There's a specific type of thing you're trying to find, and then you run into something, an obstacle of some kind. You didn't find it at store number 1, 2, or 3, or you found something that's kind of close, and now it's kind of changed the entire narrative, because now you're like, well, I was looking for X, but I found Y, and it's like mind-blowing that this was even here, and so I'm going to try selling this. And then you bring it back home and you start taking the pictures and you're putting the listing up, and like, you can really build on something like that. But that's, again, like, we're talking extra B-roll shots, we're talking like lighting and all this extra stuff. So take all of this stuff one step at a time. If you're trying to follow along at home and you're trying to take notes, there's a lot of different things that can go into a YouTube video, and you don't have to do it all at once in your next video. You can kind of do this slowly and build over time. So,
word.
That was I'm a Resell It. Thank you for submitting your channel. Best of luck to you. Next up, Rob, I think you picked this channel. It was Retro Gaming Music.
I did. They actually submitted in the non-gaming form. I was like wrestling with, is this a gaming channel or is it a music channel? I thought I'd give them the benefit of the doubt. So this channel, as I understand it, is playing live retro music. So they're doing covers of all of this retro music stuff. And I don't know if I've ever come across a channel like this on YouTube. So I thought it was really interesting to look at. They have just over 2,000 subscribers, and they do a combination of what looks to be live streams, but then maybe some cuts from those live streams or like dedicated videos. The games are from like my childhood, so I'm aging myself a bit here, but like the C64, Paperboy, Turrican comes up a lot, Space Harrier. You know, we're talking 80s, 90s stuff. Absolutely classic. So I can have a bit of a nostalgia kick from this. But here's the question, Dan. I chose this channel, and we are historically, infamously terrible at offering advice to music channels. So where do they go? Like, do we start with the thumbnails and say, I get that classic gaming vibe, but they are incredibly busy with logos and text
Oh yeah.
all over the place. Should they be simplified, especially the live streams? There's so much on those live streams. It's like the cover of a classic CD, or the back cover of a CD showing you all of the names of the songs that are on that. So maybe some experimentation with the thumbnails. And there was one example, I think they did a cover version from Final Fantasy VII, and that felt a little more accessible to a broader and slightly younger audience. So do they just want to experiment for the next, I don't know, 3 months, say, I'm going to do a split here. I'm going to do cover versions of the game music I enjoy, but I'm also just going to experiment with more recent stuff. But play it in a classic 80s, 90s style. So you're having like an unusual twist to it. So those are my general ideas. But yeah, Dan, I thought you might have some thoughts on this as a gaming channel.
Oh,
gaming music channel.
I want to dig into this a little bit because let's talk about the live stream thumbnails and stuff. Now, okay, I say live stream. It says live performance. So they use this template for almost all of their videos, right? It's like the game, then some logos at the top, and then live performance at the bottom. They're trying to explain this entire video in one thumbnail. And that's like the big mistake. Like when a brand new person scrolling on YouTube sees this, what do you want them to know about the video? You want them to know that you are playing a Final Fantasy VII cover. So something they recognize played with maybe a different take by somebody else. Like that's all that needs to be communicated here. All the logos at the top make this confusing. In the middle, the Final Fantasy logo, and then the cover art on the left, and then you on the right, and then like there's text in the middle, and live performance at the bottom. This is not a live performance. This is a 4-minute video. It was from a live performance, but I don't need to know that. That doesn't matter. Like that is irrelevant. I'm not saying you and the text in Final Fantasy can't be in the thumbnail, but I'm saying that because you've included the top and the bottom banners, there's not enough room for all of the stuff to be seen. You've put too many elements. I would limit yourself to no more than 3 elements per thumbnail. Start there. 2 if you can. That would be my first thumbnail tip for you. We need to communicate a really, really, really clear message with these videos. As for the live streams themselves, live stream thumbnails, and I know these were recuts of live streams, maybe even done on this channel. I'm not sure. So you have some scheduled live streams, and the thumbnails of these are basically just screen captures, which is fine. I would like to see actual thumbnails like you do for your videos on your live streams, and I want your live streams to focus up. So this is now I'm talking about pre-planning before your stream. It looks like what you try to do is you talk about all the different games and stuff you're going to cover and mix and things in a live stream. Sometimes maybe you're covering like different eras and different games and things like that because it's like a 2-hour live stream. You got to probably play more than one song. But I want you to make one song or one type of thing the star of the live stream. As far as the thumbnail and title are concerned, you can do other things. It's okay. But I want the theme, the overarching theme to be Capcom, for example, covering every Capcom song. You know, today I'm covering every Capcom song or something like that. That is way more accessible. And now we're thinking of a much simpler thumbnail and title approach versus like all of this text, which doesn't mean anything to anybody, maybe just your regular community. We want you to reach out to new people, though. And for a new person to understand, it needs to be simplified. Those are my general YouTube tips for this channel. But my last thing is shorts. Now, before I click on this, Rob, there is like an expectation I have of a music channel like this doing shorts. Here's what I'm expecting for any given short. Text on the screen that doesn't go away. It's like a caption that just sits there, floats there, and it says exactly like what you're covering. It's like a few words, and it just says like Mega Man cover or something like that. Something simple. The video is you playing the instrument. Maybe not all of you. It could be close up on your hands. Maybe there's a few different shots. Maybe you have a couple different angles you can switch between. And it starts immediately with you playing the song. So the audible like tones from this game are recognizable to someone scrolling by on shorts, and they hear it immediately. And then they bother to read the text on the screen. And they're like, oh, this is like someone covering the song. That's pretty cool. That's what I'm expecting of these shorts. I don't know if that's what they're doing. Okay, so judging by these thumbnails that might be close, there is Retro Gaming Music, Friday live show, and then RoboCop 3. Let's just, I know you won't be able to hear this, but let me see. I have the volume really low.
Yep.
But it does, it is like them playing music. There's no commentary. There's no anything like that. It is them with the instrument and their hands, and they put themselves in the middle. I don't necessarily think you need all this other stuff. Like, let's focus less on you and focus more on the song itself in these. But that's like a small tweak. I say you're doing shorts mostly like the right way, like how I would expect them to be seen. And then the question is, like, Rob, like you said, like Final Fantasy VII is really recognizable. Some of these are probably less so. So like, what's the most popular one? Sonic. And then there's this one. You're old, but are you this old? I don't know if this is a music one, but Sonic, Cybernoid 2, we're talking like 1,000 views for shorts, relatively low. Keep doing more recognizable titles though. Keep playing, especially on shorts. Play things that a large majority of people would recognize the second they hear it, you know? And then can you give this music a twist of some kind? Can you maybe like every 5 seconds you speed up, or you play the song but in a new way and just give it like a new sound? Like, I'd be playing with it more, so it's not as simple as I'm not going to just play the song. I'm going to give it a twist, a challenge, a something. I'm going to raise the stakes a little bit. That would be like my super pro tip for you if you're doing shorts.
I did see one comment. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. But somebody said something along the lines of, "Whoa, that's cluttered." And I think it does kind of sum up the channel in a sense that for a brand new visitor to the channel, is this all just a little intimidating, like a little unwelcoming in terms of like what's being thrown at you in the thumbnail? And I can kind of resonate with that a little bit. It's interesting you noted, Dan, that you thought the short was a bit too busy. If you just click on the live stream, the latest one, you can mute it if you need to. No, I mean, sorry, go to videos. Click on the latest video. I mean, if you look at the setup, it's a pretty complicated but impressive looking setup that they've got here. I mean, they've got 2 cameras of him playing the music. We've got the chat there. We've got a visualizer at the bottom. What is that on the bottom right hand side? The style. I don't even know what that is on the left hand side. But like, there's a lot of effort that's got into how this all works. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
But is it too much? Is it sensory overload?
Do you take requests during these streams? Like, there's opportunities here for like community driven elements too. And I'm curious, you're doing these live streams, you're trying to build your community. Like, can they request songs of you? Could maybe like through super chats or something, maybe your Patreon. So like you can build the list ahead of time. And then before a live stream, you can prepare, okay, we're gonna do some song requests from our patrons. And like, there's a lot of opportunities here. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I think this is a good mix too. Like, it's not gaming, it's like gaming music. And it's like 2 things people really enjoy. It's very approachable. I just think it's execution. And like you said, this is like a really impressive setup. I think setup wise, they're good. 2 camera angles, all this cool stuff you have, like, you're good. Your live streams are set up good too. I think I appreciate, especially since this is a re-upload. I like seeing chat. I like seeing like the extra bit of context down here. I like that you've chaptered the stream to death.
Wow, that must take a long time.
Yeah, I don't think you need
Have you
this many
done that?
chapters, but you did the work, and I appreciate that. I think it's just executing on the title and thumbnail and then making sure each of these has a central focus. Each stream, each video, a central focus.
There's even like a video of the game itself. How do you do that? How do you sync all of that up?
It's probably just OBS, like a clip of the game overlaid on there. Unless, I don't know.
How would you grab it though? Like
How'd
in
you
real
what?
time?
Oh, you just OBS to like just overlay it like a pre-done video, like just an MP4 file.
Yeah, but you've got to get that file, haven't you?
Yeah, so they probably played some of the game, and
yeah, that must take forever. If that's what they're doing.
Yeah. So I imagine they hear me say you got to prepare, and they're like, I already do so much prep.
Yep.
But it doesn't stop there. It's the concept. Like, prepare the concept. So if you were to make this a Capcom themed live stream, it would completely change the title thumbnail pitch, like completely, because now you're focused. And now each live stream you do is like Nintendo, Capcom, like PS4. I don't know. Like, there's different angles you can take with that, but I think it'll really, really help people understand what they're about to watch. Cool. All right, that was
Word.
retro gaming music. Let's move on to some super chats. We have a bunch of them. We have more channels as well, but I've been just watching super chats come in, and each one more anxiety because I haven't read these out yet. Thank you so much for your super chats. So first and foremost was Plasma in VR. Plasma in VR, I think, with an extra A. Is it worth paying people to create thumbnails, Rob?
If you are not very good at thumbnails, something you hate doing, and it's something you can outsource to somebody who can do it better than you, then I would say yes. There will be some pain to go through. Same with an editor. They have to get synced with what you want from your thumbnails. But we've done it in the last 12 months, an editor, thumbnail designer, and our channel is bigger than it was 12 months ago. So I think we made the right decision. But yeah, it does require a lot of effort. You're almost working as much on a thumbnail to begin with just like tweak this, the messaging's a little wrong, so and so, but eventually you will be able to hand it off to somebody who you trust to do the work.
All right. Agreed. Next up, BBB Haunted Basement. I did that YouTube promotion beta test $50 budget. I normally get 100 use a video. I got over 50,000. I'm guessing they mean views. 30,000 subscribers. Outlier or what?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good amount of views. Got some subscribers. We've been testing this on our own as well, and we're going to be breaking down our findings pretty soon. The real trick, and it might be, I don't know if that's an outlier or not. $50 for 50,000 views seems like a lot, but then again, $50 is a lot. What we need to know now is how the rest of your unpromoted content is doing. And I'm not saying that's rhetorical. You don't have to go and dig that up right now, because chat's moving fast. But that's what you want to be looking for now. You got 3,000 subscribers. That's cool. That feels good. What was the benefit to your long-term success on YouTube? Because you're not able to, if you're saying you normally get 100 views, but it costs you money now to get 50,000 views, you're not just going to get 50,000 views now over and over again. Like, are those 3,000 subscribers actually interested in the content itself? And only time will tell. Look at your data from the video, from, you know, the time before you did the promotion, and then start to look at your videos. Are you seeing an uptick in views across your channel? Look over your analytics.
Yeah, so imagine if this was told in a story, Dan. I just paid YouTube $50 and they gave me 50,000 views and 3,000 subscribers. But then, now that's the start of a story, what happens next? Mm-hmm. And as you say, Dan, if you go back to 100 views per video, it ultimately achieved nothing. You were, with YouTube's financial permission, buying views and subscribers.
Right.
However, if you're now getting 750 views per video, hey, you actually used some advertising on YouTube and you built up a bit of a community around it. It probably worked to some extent. Dan, I'd love to, now I'm really fascinated. Like 3,000 subscribers, you would assume organic kind of subscribers from $50. That seems like a fair trade if they come back.
Yeah, that's the key. And that's why, like, when I first saw this beta test come out, I was very critical of it because YouTube straight up says get more views and subscribers by using this tool. And we advocate for organic growth. And YouTube, nothing's changed. YouTube is still giving us organic growth. Every channel that I start gets organic growth. I don't put money behind them. And why would I pay for views? You know what I mean? And why should anyone pay for views? Because people are not volunteering to watch this video. Like, YouTube is pushing it to them, saying like, no, if you want to watch the video you actually clicked on, first you got to watch this clip. If you get some subscribers from that, that's promising. But yeah, we have to now see the rest of your channel, and you have to see, okay, I was here after the promotion, which is going to spike your analytics for a moment. Give it another week or two. See if you're exactly back where you were, or if it feels like you actually saw some growth, and then ask yourself, do I want to keep paying for growth, or do I want to try and like grow organically like a lot of us do here on YouTube?
Are those YouTube promotion viewers going to do this? Oh yeah. Dan, we've got 23 super chats to get through. Oh my God.
Sorry.
How are we gonna do this?
Hey, I want to know how the performance tags work.
No idea what performance tags are. Don't worry about tags. Anything you're talking about or focusing on in tags, just put all of that time, energy, and resources into titles and thumbnails. You're welcome.
Yep. Flight from reality. What are the limits of a niche? I make video essays about things like history, culture, politics. Is that too broad, or are the topics similar enough?
Yeah, they sound a bit broad. If I'm honest, if you think about Oppenheimer, for example, the film that's just been released, I went to watch it this weekend. Meh. That's about military. That's about politics. That's about science. It's about like the future of mankind. That's a lot of topics all in one film. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. But like Oppenheimer could fall into all of these genres, but then so could a million other things. So it does sound a little bit broad to me just from this question.
But Oppenheimer is about one specific event. It includes all of those things, but at the end of the day, it's about one specific event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's difficult. Like you can some history, culture, and politics all tie together in that sense, but you really have to be thinking about like what would a viewer come back for? Like if you're talking about Winston Churchill one day, and give me another random example, like
Genghis Khan,
the type of food people eat in Thailand the next day. You know what I mean? Like those are two completely different things. Like we're talking about historical figures and the food, because you said culture.
Yeah.
So you really got to be thinking about, and we can't answer this question for you. It really comes down to like just looking out there and seeing like, why do I come back to some of these channels? Like think of the channels you watch that are similar to yours. What keeps you coming back? Like I always know they're going to cover a video about blank, So there needs to be a through line, basically.
If you're making video essays, they take a long time to make. So general advice just off the top of my head, maybe make 3 video essays on history, and then 3 video essays on culture, and then 3 video essays on politics. And then you've got enough data and feedback from YouTube to maybe decide if there is a particular lane that's best for you.
Yeah. We have one here from Lefty. For those struggling to find time to turn around or to turn long form into shorts, if you use Premiere, maybe Premiere Pro, while you're editing, you can nest parts of the video so they turn into clips, and then you can export those as your long form from separate. Time saver tip. I think I use Premiere, so I kind of know where you're coming from. So yeah, if anyone out there uses Premiere, maybe look up nesting as like a tutorial so you can kind of see where they're coming from. Could be a way to make some shorts. Yeah.
There are so many options though at the moment, isn't there, Dan? There's tons of like AI browser-based tools that are starting to be able to do this.
You can just give it a YouTube link and it'll start like chopping it up.
What's it called? Opus something or other that can do that. I can't remember what it's called now, but thanks for the tip. Make a tutorial about it if it's relevant to your channel.
Yeah. Palette Fortress says, do a poll for doing video instead of channel reviews. No. We should. Sometimes we should look at videos. We do like doing that. It's just it's a different thing, right? So it just takes more time. We have to figure all that out, and also logistically, it's kind of hard to set up sometimes. But yes, thank you for your interest in that. Thank you for your tip. Space Hog 12, thank you for what I assume is a super sticker. Rosie Girl or Rosie? FYI, I don't know if I've been reviewed before because I'm always missing the streams due to Australian time zones. Okay. This is good news because we have a form down below, not a form, a list of channels we reviewed in the past, basically starting from 2023, the beginning of the year. So you can check out that spreadsheet and see if your channel has indeed been reviewed. Our community manager does a really good job of like breaking all that down. So that should start to give you a clue. I don't remember this channel name.
Neither do I.
I don't have the best memory, so maybe we have, but I don't remember right now. So you probably haven't. We get about 1,000 a week, so it is tough. We're gonna try today for some different opportunities, so just stay tuned. How to Vid says, "Hey guys, no questions. Just appreciate your content."
I appreciate you. How to Vids.
Thank you. Space Hog again. I think again. Space Hog with the super. Thank you. We have Lock Props. Thanks for reviewing my channel months ago. I took your advice on keeping thumbnails simple and changed up the format of my shorts, and it helped.
Yes, get in. Come on.
We love to hear it.
Love it when advice actually works. Yes.
Old Man Gib, with Kick coming out with a 95-5 pay split, what is the chance of YouTube paying creators higher percentage? Thanks a million.
So I don't know much about Kick, but from what I understand it is they're just trying to burn down copyright in all its forms and just letting people do
Twitch.
whatever they want. Like, hey, you're going to stream WrestleMania? Yeah, come on over. You're going to stream Oppenheimer? Come on over. So, yeah, I don't know what the future is for Kick. I'm saying that kind of naively. That's just kind of what I've heard from news articles and stuff. It's a wild west over there. So YouTube's probably not worried just yet.
No, Kick makes its money off of the other side of its business. I don't want to get controversial here, but it's no secret they are run by a gambling like entity. And so they make a ton of money. And what they've done is they've taken money from that, as I understand it. I don't work there. I have no idea. And they've invested it into the live streaming portion. So they are willing to take the loss, what I imagine is a loss, on the streaming side of the platform because they're making money and they get to, probably advertise. I don't hang out over there, so excuse me for getting this wrong. But they get to advertise their other side of their business on Kick. So yeah, it's a difficult place for these types of platforms to compete in, but at the same time, like Rob said, if the platform stays how it is and people can kind of get away with, copyright murder, it won't exist forever. But yeah, I think the chances of YouTube increasing the payout are low. It could maybe a small bump, but YouTube is already, prior to Kick, was very fair when you compared it to other streaming platforms. So yeah. In a sense, my personal opinion here is this competition is good for all of us, all these platforms. So yeah, we'll see. My personal opinion is I have my doubts though that we'll see a large increase. Simple Jack MC, is the niche of content I'm going for something I should continue with, and what can I do to make my videos better?
I don't know what the niche is.
Yeah, we can't look at the channel based off of Super Chat. But if you're asking this question, is it because you're not enjoying what you're doing? You have to enjoy what you're doing. That's number one. Don't get into a niche because you think, oh, I'll get views. You will get burnt out is what you'll get.
Indeed. Unless you can hand it over again, like you become an automation channel almost, and you just identify topics of opportunity and then get everybody else to make all of the content. I just interviewed somebody who's really uncovered a lid on it. We're hoping to get that video out relatively soon. And then how to make your videos better. I know it sounds obvious and simple, but just make more videos with the intent on saying in this video, I'm going to practice my calls to action. So that's like asking a question or pointing to the next video that somebody should watch. In the next video, I'm going to try and fix my audio, which just hasn't been right. The more experience you get, the better your videos will become. I know that sounds obvious, but it really is the best way to learn and get better. Nothing beats experience on YouTube.
Yep. I would say, as a final note there, make videos that people want to watch. And I know that advice is very annoying when you're trying to figure everything out. But I say that because make videos people want to watch is you doing the research and figuring out what do people want to watch in my niche? Like what is getting views? And try to find that mix of like what you love and definite like needs of the audience you want to target, like and help them out. Make some videos that they would want to watch. Design Burst. I'm a new YouTuber and my channel focuses on interior design. Is it a good idea to hire someone to help make videos? Will it be a good investment?
Isn't this the channel that does these
I recognize it.
Yeah, but I don't want to just label it as that channel.
It depends on what part of the process. Is there a part that you feel like very good at or you enjoy? When you say hire somebody, like there's so many different things you could hire for: thumbnail design, editing, strategy. Like what part are you struggling with? If you have some money you want to invest in it, like just make sure that investment is in the right area that frees up your time and gives you that advantage that you're looking for.
It's always a good investment for your time because it frees up your time. but will it return on investment for what you need, which is money? I know it sounds really simple and like a bit of a business way of looking at it, but yeah, help's always going to help, but can you afford it?
We have one here from Giselle. I hope I'm saying that right. Super sticker. Thank you so much. We have a new member, Wing the Hero.
Yeah, in the absence of Jeff, it is my responsibility for sound effects this week. So this is your unique sound effect.
Bruh.
And then with another new member, Gaming with Debbie.
Yes. That's that sound effect.
Kyle sent over a super and says, is there somewhere we can pay for private Q&A?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
vidIQ Max. So, but it's a lot, it's a lot bigger than just Q&A. It is a community of creators who are all working together. And there's a massive Discord server of all sorts of channels where you can talk about your thumbnails, video feedback, celebrate your successes, speak to our coaches, who are Travis, Jeff, and Alexi, on a typing. You can't speak to them directly, but they'll make themselves available for typed conversations. The link, I'm sure, is in the description. Let me check, is it in the description? But it's vidIQ.com/max. And not only do you have, we call it group coaching, but it is essentially just massive community Discord communication. There's also, I think now, about 45 to 50 sessions with industry experts, including Tim Schmoyer, Sean Cannell. We had a copyright expert on a few months back. We've spoken to Todd Beaupre, the YouTube employee. So it's basically like going to a conference and getting all of these sessions, but you can watch them whenever you want. So vidIQ Max is the answer for you.
We do have one-on-one coaching, but it's currently full. So you could join the wait list for that too.
Yes. Yes. Very full.
Gray Ghost Gamers. I have a 95-15% ratio. Okay, you're giving us stats here. Hold on. Let's see if we can keep up. Shorts, both video. I'm not sure what that means, Rob.
I think it says 95% of our audience is watching shorts. One watch both, and 5% watch videos.
Got it.
So they're a shorts channel, essentially.
Yeah, you're getting the majority of reviews from shorts, and they're not crossing over to your videos. 4-year-old game I enjoy so much. I know growth has plateaued and didn't intend on being shorts channel. Should I pivot after only 9 months? You guys rock. Rock the calculus.
Rock the calculus. Cool.
That's funny. A reference from earlier. Okay. So should you pivot? Do you have a game that would appeal to the same kind of audience?
Yeah, natural crossover.
You also love. That's important. You have to love it. So yeah, there's a couple things here. Like, is there going to eventually be a sequel to the game you're playing? Some DLC, mods, anything to keep the community alive, because that could be like what you're waiting for. If you're not sure or you know it's not going to happen, then yes, definitely pivot. If you think it's going to happen in the future, but it's going to be a really long time, maybe still pivot, try some new things. It's okay to try new things. But yeah, this is a tough one. Like, a lot of gaming channels who kind of focus on one thing end up in this place. And the goal is to eventually, hopefully, expand your horizons and get out of that one place by finding like a through line for all of your content. And in this case, if you're covering, I'm noticing, I don't know, I have no idea what like games you cover, but let's say, just for example's sake, it's PlayStation. You can safely assume that the vast majority of your audience all has PlayStations, or at least they're interested in PlayStation games. So I would at least stick in that one house. And then, so okay, we've narrowed it down to PlayStation. Can we narrow it down further? Well, I play this type of game. What are some other games like it? What is this game's like hottest competition? What are some of the upcoming games in this space like that are like this? So like the top 10 sci-fi games, you know, like, so start doing some listicles of different games in this space. Like, so you could start that way. There's like so many directions you can take this, but I don't have any like one solid answer for you. You just got to try stuff and be ready for a bit of a roller coaster in terms of viewership. You're leaving the home that you've built here, and you're going to need to like try and find a new one if it's time to move on.
Purely based on the name of the channel and the icon, I'm guessing they're a first-person shooter channel. And so if they are, there's potentially a lot of crossover there, I would think. All
right. So that was a lot of supers. We probably have even more. We do
many more.
We will come back to those. We want to get back to some channels, though. And the next channel we're looking at is the Air Fry Guy, which is not coming up.
Again.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Sorry, 1 second. It is the air fry guy. I've spoiled it already.
You'll get it. You'll get it fixed.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Okay. Air fry guy.
Yay. There we are.
340 subscribers, 36 videos, and they described themselves on the forum as like I think a mediocre chef with an air fryer or something. I don't know. They're enjoying their air fryer though, and I would say their videos are enjoying some pretty interesting views. For 340 subscribers, your video from 10 days ago is 3.5K.
Yep. Yeah,
That's great. You know who loves food channels actually is Travis. You used to give all kinds of
Hey.
I do. I love food channels. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, Travis?
I just woke
lovely
up.
surprise.
I thought it'd be great if I just joined us because I'm half awake. What's going on? Oh, food, air fry. Hey,
Yeah.
I've actually, I think I worked with an air fryer channel once. I've worked with a lot of channels, and these thumbnails are not going to do it. They're not
Straight in
gonna-
there. Straight in there, Travis.
coming out hot.
What do we say about green text? Isn't it like right next to red text? Like green text, red text are like the two that you should almost never use. Almost.
I think it's fine. The font is a little thin, I would say.
I can barely read it.
It contrasts okay with the black. But yeah, like maybe vomit green when you're talking about food doesn't go nicely together. And just generally food, text on food and 6 or 7 words per thumbnail. I would agree with you there.
There's text in the bottom corner. Oh, it's their name, the air fry guy.
Yeah. See, for me, like if you do a really good thumbnail with food, you don't need any text, like at all. Like the food should be the thumbnail, man. And some of these like have a good basis, and then some are just not a good shot. Like some are good. Like the egg one's interesting. Like it's kind of a compelling angle.
Yeah.
You probably do a little bit more with it, but it is a compelling angle. First of all, I didn't even think about doing fried eggs in my air fryer. That's interesting. And the chicken breast cut in half, that's not bad. Like it's the right idea. But then you get these other ones that don't look quite appetizing. So I feel like if they spent a bit more time with the photo itself, they wouldn't even need any of the text on the thumbnail. They could literally just use the title as what they do.
What about a different angle altogether? And this video did well, so I wouldn't want them to change this one, but just my brain went here. What if they were standing over their air fryer and they were cracking an egg into it? Like, can you fry eggs in an air fryer is the title.
Yeah.
And instead of the close up on the eggs, it's like that interesting, like, that wouldn't work every time, but that's just a funny, like, take on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. You know what? Slavgard said something that's really interesting here, and he's absolutely right. I'm just now checking this. Like, it's all brown. Like, if you just look at the food itself, it's all like a brownish color. That's interesting. Interesting observation.
Yeah, a bit of a bland central color scheme.
Sometimes it's blurry. Like this one's really blurry.
Yeah. So I think that probably, look, they're getting good views despite that, right? Like that's kind of a cool thing. What do I always say about that? Imagine how much better it could be if your thumbnails were better. Like if you're getting this kind of viewership with these thumbnails, imagine how much better it could be.
Yeah. I mean, for the time they've been on YouTube, which is 5 months. 5 months.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's really good for 5 months.
Yeah. This is awesome. And I think they're in the right space for sure. They did a departure 2 hours ago, their latest video, trying air fryer fajitas the easy way. Was it any good? There is no indication of this being in an air fryer, like at all. We're not seeing a finished product and we're not seeing an air fryer. So it's just kind of stuff like it looks like someone dumped their grocery bag onto the counter. And so it's not too late if you agree with any of this advice to maybe change the thumbnail a little bit and try something, because I don't know if this is going to be it.
And will we all agree that they should remove their channel name from the bottom left-hand corner? Since they are using the green text, it's fairly strong branding at this point. They don't need to reinforce that at the bottom.
People will get it. Like it's down here in the corner. It's going to be in certain places on YouTube. It's on like search feed and things like that. So people will know it's you.
Yeah.
Shorts. There's one short. It was widescreen crunched into a vertical format. So I would say the crop on this is not great, but I'm glad you're trying shorts. And I do think you could probably tell some really interesting stories in shorts. Take a long form video, condense it into like a 30-second short, and voice it over. Like take the footage from it and then voice it over and talk about like the experiment. I tried frying eggs in an air fryer and I didn't think it was going to work, you know, so you're just explaining the story and then like there's the footage that you already shot to support it in this short form content.
I have one last question, Dan. Can you just open the latest video and check the description? Just to check from a business perspective. They have no affiliate link or anything. Like their video is all about air fryers and they could be getting some kickback from any sales that they get. Let's set that up. Let's earn some money before you're monetized.
They also put recipe card at the end, which it feels like you could do two things here. You could chapter the video a little bit by putting a chapter for the recipe card. You could also include the recipe in the description. I think that would just be a nice quality of life feature for your audience.
Feels a bit backwards, that, doesn't it? Having a recipe all the way at the end.
It should be at the beginning because people might want to follow along with you.
Yeah.
And saving it for the end might be a strategy you're trying and keep your retention up. But I would argue that giving people that more positive experience and giving them the thing they want at the beginning will keep them around. You're like, okay, yeah, that's the recipe, but how do you do you put the tortillas in the air fryer? Like, what do you do? You know, they'll still need to watch to kind of figure out how it all comes together.
And one last thing, Dan, if you go back to the channel and scroll all the way to the bottom, sorry for my immatureness, but the thumbnail on the left-hand side made me chuckle.
Yeah, what is going on over there?
Just a little cheeky thing. I thought that was humorous.
Did not notice that.
Oh, they blurred it out. That's hilarious.
Nice touch. Nice touch.
That's from the Savage Air Frying channel.
It's been through the course.
Okay, Rob, tell us about today's caption contest.
So I had a caption competition last night where I asked you to caption this and I would pick a winner from all of the submissions. We had several hundred, as you can see, but I wanted to read out some of the best. So we'll go through one at a time. Dan, you do one, I do one, Travis does one, etc., etc. So see, these are some of the best submissions for this caption. Dan, what's this?
Subwoofer taking a well-deserved nap. Solid.
James woke up as normal and went to sleep monetized. The dog's not called James, it's called Jasper. What have we got next, Travis?
Dreams and reality are not so different. Dream big, achieve big. That's
I like the motivation there.
I do.
Next one, Dan.
Hi, vidIQ. Wow, I didn't know you had a dog on YouTube. This is super awesome. Can you show me more of him?
I will try my best, but he's a very uncooperative dog most of the time. Jasper, I don't know why my human gave me the stupid play button. I can't eat it.
That's a good one.
Good one.
That's
good
for
one.
lack of trying.
Travis?
When asked if he'd rather have a bone or a YouTube play button, Jasper's answer was obvious. Very cute. Very cute.
A golden retriever sleeping in a sofa with a yellow gold pillow while grabbing a YouTube.
You know what?
He literally captioned it.
Oh. No, you know what's really funny about this? That's literally like a prompt for like an AI.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a mid-journey prompt.
Dad said, if I watch his toy, I'll get num-nums. And he's correct. He got some treats after that. What have we got next, Travis?
Jasper, after editing and updating SEO of a YouTube video titled "How to Sleep Like Snoop Dogg Without Weave the Dog Tube Tutorial."
I would click on that. I'm not going to lie.
Dog tutorial.
What it looks like when I enter a contest and win.
That's great.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't win.
Oh.
I'm just imagining the guys at vidIQ waiting for Jasper to take a nap, put the play button on his paws and snapping his picture. Correct. He would not do this if he was awake. And what have we got here?
What would Rob rather do instead of audit another Minecraft channel?
True. And then down this one.
It's a dog. What else do you expect?
And the final winner was, if you lie with dogs, you get fleas. But if you lie with play buttons, you get likes. And I like that one. I thought that was the best submission. And that came from Beauty Looks Lover. Another one who's using green fonts on their thumbnails.
Let's see. So what is this channel about?
Beauty, luxury, and lifestyle.
Luxury items.
Oh, is that what Lux is? Is that like a colloquialism that people know?
I believe so.
I thought you were making fun.
No, I really don't know. I mean, I'm not luxurious or anything or luxury anything. So I don't know. It's Lux, like this is a Lux shirt. If it's a luxurious shirt, is that right?
Well, here's the thing. We can't really tell because I think the font color dominates the thumbnail so much. Your eyes are just not drawn to any of the luxury items. I don't think I can pick out a single luxury item on any of these thumbnails. No, I'm still struggling.
I don't. That's why I was confused. Not that it's a bad idea or anything. I actually love the idea of the channel, but first of all, text is all over everything, so you're never going to see anything luxurious. Even if there was like a lot of luxury things here, you wouldn't see it ever. There's so much text over all of these thumbnails. Like look at that, how to look Lux on Zoom, but it's right over top of whatever it is you'd probably be looking luxury. So that is, they say how to look Lux on Zoom. I'm going to look Lux today. Man, do I have ideas now? I'll tell you. Oh, geez. I'll tell you. All right. Let's get hammered. That's cute. I don't get it. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
I was just going to have some 5,000 views on that one.
It's it's a great little, let's get, maybe people went into, I wonder what their view duration is. I wonder if people thought it was something that it isn't. I mean, probably not, but
you can see the items a little bit more in this thumbnail as well. But I think we all agree then that this channel needs to somewhat simplify the pitch and make the item the hero of the thumbnail as opposed to text chaos at this point.
I think so. I mean, this handbag one has my attention because it's pretty simple.
Yep.
We have the handbags, we have the text, least used handbags of 2023, and that's matching the title, but still like 2,000 views. What size is the channel subscriber wise? 457. So like, yeah, like videos that reach far over your subscriber count.
Yeah, it's almost like the videos are doing fantastically in spite of themselves in terms of the thumbnail style. And maybe we're completely wrong. Maybe this is a style in the Lux niche, because we have these channels such as Dollar Haul and Vintage Clothing where they almost create mosaics on thumbnails, so like you almost can't pick out anything, but that's the style that we see. But yeah, this is it. Like less text, holding up a bag, making it the center of attention, looking cool.
Yeah.
Looking Lux.
Not a lot of text at all, if any, like, and then the handbags are always the star. And I just did like a listicle for handbags here.
Yeah.
So this is Travis, like you said, like, oh, this did good. How much better could it have done if it implemented those practices?
I think there's a lot of people that would watch the content. It's just, I think you need to get out of your own way with the thumbnails.
So about most popular, Dan? Is there any themes like bags or jewelry or anything in particular that jumps out?
Can we all thank YouTube for bringing back sort by popular?
The oldest,
yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, so sort by oldest. I mean,
especially for us.
Yeah, because they've been around for now I can tell 4 months. 4 months. This is
that's
fantastic.
it. Wow.
How many people here who've been around on YouTube for over 4 months had almost 10,000 views on a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very difficult to do. Very difficult.
So this channel is doing so much right. It looks like they know their target audience and they're very passionate about it. It looks like they're very knowledgeable. Just go to latest, Dan. I want to see the posting frequency. They're posting 2 a week, so they've got a very consistent posting schedule. Yeah, I think thumbnails, let's see if we can make these thumbnails jump out at the viewer with the item that is luxurious and makes that viewer want to click and find out more about it. The titles are also a bit long, in my opinion. I feel whenever I see a pipe, that vertical line, that feels as if, right, I'm going to write one title and then I'm going to write another title with some different keywords. I'm not going to tell them to stop doing that yet. I feel as if they've still got more search growth opportunity, but at some point you want to get more of a curiosity and emotional desire from the click. So something to think about, because are they all being cut off? Quite a lot of them are being cut off, aren't they? Because they're just including all of the brand names in the titles. And like YouTube knows what your video is about to a scary degree without you inputting any information. It can go through each individual frame of a video and with a fairly good degree of certainty know that it's a certain brand and a certain item.
Yeah. Do you want to see something kind of funny?
Go on.
Are we good with this channel now? We would normally move on. Okay. I had to try that prompt.
Did you? Oh, I gotta see that.
So let me just make sure I can open it. Or do anything else?
Are you not paying attention to the live stream, Dan? You're getting distracted by your own
It only took a second.
humorous adventures.
It only took a second. I have to
Humorous adventures.
I have to set this up more than I thought I did, though. Okay. And let me put it in a tab. Oh, we can compare and contrast here. Okay.
Do we need a brief intermission while you're getting it set up? Are we done?
Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
So
What is this?
this is the prompt that where was it?
Into what, Midjourney?
Yeah, golden retriever sleeping in a sofa with a yellow gold pillow while grabbing a YouTube logo. My favorite is the bottom left one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's funny.
Still,
Anyway.
hang on, go back, Dan. One of them's got a Reddit sign in the back. The top
Where?
right one.
This one?
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Use that in Midjourney?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Anyway, it looked kind of close to the original source
It's
material.
pretty close.
I was impressed.
How are we getting on? Where are we?
Okay. So, and that was what it looked like. So next channel. Oh, that was all the channels. It's time.
Oh, time for what?
We're doing something different. Okay. I got to set this up. Now,
requires setup.
here's the thing. Some of you are going to get kind of mad at us right now.
Oof, this is going to hurt.
We're gonna get mad at you, Dan, because you are
Maybe
the
me
one
specifically, but this wasn't only my idea.
Shots fired.
Dan's firing shots again.
So what I'm about to do is temporary, okay? I'm going to preface this by saying this is not the rest of the live stream. But
No.
Don't do it, Dan. Don't do it.
we need a word.
A word.
Oh, word. Word.
Just word.
Hashtag word.
All right.
Word.
Go
All
ahead
right.
and use this hashtag.
Yeah, we're going to have hundreds of entrants, right, Dan?
Get dozens. Because
Dozens.
I've put it
What?
in members only mode.
Oh,
Shoot.
cheeky.
Dang it.
Oh, cheeky.
How only our members can type the word.
That is brutal. Oh, our members who only have to pay $1.99 for all of those emotes, and now they get the opportunity of like an exclusive channel audit.
I know. And we didn't even say that they would ever do this. We just
It's
did it.
vicious.
Yeah.
Look at this one just
Absolutely
signed up.
vicious.
I'm like, listen, that's good, worth $1. I'll buy that for $1.
Dollar.
I'd say it's too late because we're going to draw this any second now.
All right.
Sign it up now. You missed it.
Oh, whoa. Oh, my goodness.
You're not supposed to sign up now. You're supposed to be sad. You missed it.
It's $1. It's worth the investment. I mean, they're not wrong. How many members are even here? Who knows? Like, I don't know.
We had
At least 14.
171 members going into this live stream from what I remember.
But in this stream, though,
Oh, I don't know.
see, so that's the thing. There might only be like 10. So it's actually not a bad $1 to spend, I suppose.
The question is, are they able? It's in members only mode. How long before they become a member can they type a word?
It's a good
like,
question.
as
Is there
member?
a time limit?
Yeah, I'm trying to see who was the first person that became a member. It was Lefty. Have they managed? Yes, they typed in the word. Okay, cool.
So yeah, it works right away. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. This
Wow.
this wasn't a ploy to get you to join today. It was to make
Yeah,
you
we
regret
don't
not
want
joining
to do
before.
that.
Yeah.
This is some shenanigans that Dan decided to try and see what happens, and it's going to go a little
We
bit.
should add, this is not a guaranteed perk of members. We just like to do crazy stuff. What you're going to enjoy is all of these emotes. And sometimes we'll do crazy stuff like this. But Dan, there's 23 entrants now. Is it time?
I think it's time.
All right. See if
We can get
the
through a couple.
timer
We
right
can do a
as well.
couple of these real quick. Huh? People some opportunity.
Oh, that timer was perfect there.
Sid's Picks Travel.
And you know what, Dan? I think we may have audited this channel before.
Oh, really?
I think so. Now you got to find them.
Yeah, you got to figure out.
Now you got to find them. It's usually better to just copy the name directly from there, Dan, because I think you
Oh,
missed
right,
that
right.
space.
Do that.
Yeah, do that.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
All right.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
Oh no, I don't think we have. I've never seen these thumbnails before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question is like the thumbnails. I thought, wow, okay, incredible. They look cool. Now I'm starting to think, what am I getting into if I click on one of these? Is this just like a music montage with fancy pictures? Or if you scroll back up, Dan, are we going to learn more about those two people in the channel icon? If you know what I mean, like, is this like a storytelling couple building around it? Or, okay, so it looks as if it's just cool, relaxing video music montages. Very impressive.
So video montages, let's see. They do voice it over. So they actually do give you like stuff about it, which is pretty cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Great shots. Good editing.
So what are we saying? Like, we're talking about their experience of the place or like more the facts of the location?
I think it's facts. There could be a mix of both, but I don't want to listen to the whole thing. But yeah, I think it's facts. And the chapters are based around like different areas. So I guess the question is like, where does this channel go from here? Like some of these, like, okay, wait a minute. So Madrid, the 7 Perfect Days road trip itinerary, that feels very clearly like a value-driven title.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah. Whereas Discover the Hidden Wonders of a certain place feels very generic. You know, it's like, look at all the cool things here versus, hey, here's like, if you're going on a road trip, here's like actual tangible things you can like know and take with you. And I would be telling the channel this more of this.
What's the about section?
Sharing our travel stories with cinematic videos.
So that's the thing. Are they sharing stories? That's what I'm trying to get my head around. Is it just cool places that look awesome? Or is it their personal journeys and experience? And so far, I haven't seen that storytelling element, which I guess makes it more difficult to connect with a certain audience. Like, we talk about the ideal viewer, and I'm not sure who the ideal viewer is for this channel yet.
Yeah.
I like the thumbnails in a way. Like they're kind of
look incredible.
You know, there's something to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thumbnails are fantastic. I really think these videos are going to be it's going to be the title. It's going to be the pitch of that video. Like these 9 places in Dorset and Cornwall. So videos that are just kind of like facts and stuff versus the itinerary videos.
Yeah, the listicles.
It's a clear winner to me. And I know that you probably prefer to do both, but if you can relate all of these to travel itinerary in some way, like that's the value. That's what people are subscribing for, I imagine. That they're really excited to get like best places to visit in Delhi. Like it's always like an itinerary kind of video. Best places. Even this says like this is like if I was looking to visit Scotland, I'd probably be searching for like best places. You know, I want to make sure I go there and get the fullest experience possible.
Oh, this is interesting, Dan. The most popular ones, if you just slowly scroll down, I'm seeing more single image thumbnails here as opposed to the Dynasty style thumbnail where like there's a 3 different images competing with each other. And then if you go back to the most recent ones, as cool as they look, thumbnail wise, it looks as if the single image ones are performing a little bit better anecdotally.
Yeah.
This may be one of those where you have to kill your darling, so to speak. You're spending a bit of time making what you think is a better looking thumbnail, but they're being clicked on less.
Yeah. And I think channels like this can get views for a long time to come in search. And that's like even more reason to make them simple. Like take one recognizable landmark, make that the star of the thumbnail. And I say, yeah, if you can keep focusing on the best places to visit, travel itinerary videos, anyone looking to visit one of these places one day, you know, they're going to find your videos very, very helpful. Because I mean, the cinematography and the audio quality, like everything was really, really good. Cool. Well,
Nice.
did we change it back
Nice.
to
Nice.
anyone can chat?
I did that a couple of minutes ago, Dan.
Okay.
I saw that about 300 people abandoned the live stream, and it made me a bit nervous. So,
Oops. Do we want to draw again with hashtag word now that anyone can use it?
no.
No? Okay.
It's like, let's ban
It was
ship.
for members only. It was an exclusive one-off perk.
So now we're going to do the claw, and that's for anybody. All right, fine. If you've been submitting on the form via the claw picker, now is your time. It's here.
I need to press a button. Almost forgot.
So there are two forms down below. There is a non-gaming form with 657 responses, and there's a gaming form with 544 responses. 545 responses. So go ahead, submit on the forms if you haven't already. You can only submit once. And I'll go ahead and jack this number up to 659, 660. And we will pick a non-gaming channel, 148.
We are going to have the most quick fire of super chat round at some point here.
Oh, yeah, let's do this and do some super chats.
Just
Yeah,
word of warning.
oops, that was my bad.
We're gonna give 10 seconds to each super chat, I think.
Zell Designs.
Zell Designs. Sorry.
My goodness. Thank you for submitting your channel. 28 subscribers. Look at the views on these videos for 28 subscribers.
Are
3
they
months on the job.
concepts of phones?
I see.
Let's click on the most recent one and maybe mute the sound.
Just music.
Yeah. Looks as if they are doing custom renders, maybe based on rumors of what the next iPhone may look like. As a guess.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not new. This has been done a lot, and it's getting easy to do with technology.
yeah.
But it's all Apple products, which is cool. So they've niched down. They're going to be doing Apple concepts. Oh, why don't you just call the channel that? Apple concepts. That'd be cool.
Might
Mac
exist.
concepts. What would be a cool name?
Concept King.
Concept King. I like that one, Travis. I don't know. Do you think the titles could be more exciting? Like 5 reasons the MacBook Pro stands out. Are they just doing adverts sometimes as well? Like creating promo material for Apple products?
I don't know. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe this is like an application.
Yeah, could be.
I'd say on its own, this channel is doing some cool stuff. It's hard to advise. I think it's just one of those where, you keep making content. Like you started here with like 100 views, 50 views. Now we're getting like 600 something views on videos that are 4 days old, which is great.
So yeah, if you look at iPhone 14 Pro features, that's already out. People know about it. It's been out for a while. What else can you tell us? However, if you like almost fantasy book, you go into the future and say, this is what I think the iPhone 15 is going to look like. And you know what? I'm going to invent an entirely new phone called the iPhone 15 Ultimate. And I'm going to do a concept for that. And they're all shorts videos. Are they converting them into shorts? Would be the obvious question as well.
And the other thing is, if you're good at this,
that's the biggest thing they need to fix. Sorry, didn't interrupt, Travis.
yeah, no, if you're actually good at doing that, like making those concepts, a lot of tech YouTubers will credit you and sometimes pay you for your concepts, and that's a pretty quick way to get well known. So yeah, totally a thing.
A lot of business opportunities with this channel then.
Yes, there are.
Because this is hard to rank for when you're just starting out. Or the biggest news from their conference, that's so many people covering that. But yeah, when you get into this more like fictional style of content, like that's kind of cool. As long as people don't feel like it's deceiving in any way. I don't know if they would or not. They would understand what you're doing. I feel like it would be cool if Apple pulled a Google. Like, so yeah, people kind of get that it's, you know, this is just me kind of messing around. This is my concept for what I think it could look like. I would be going all the way to iPhone 20, like just to, you know,
Go there.
just for
Why
fun.
not? Why not?
It just won't. It won't have a screen.
Yeah, it's just the see-through, like in the movies. Yeah. I don't know if we have any advice for this channel.
You
This is
just get
tough.
a syringe and you literally inject it into your retina. I can see everything now.
I can see it all.
Yeah. Any other advice for the channel? It seems like we're just kind of like looking at it and going, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, make
We kind of
shorts. Make content
short.
for make shorts. Make content for future products, not products that are already out.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, cool. All right. Let's do some super chats. This is like, I think, a record. This is so many. What are we even going to do? If you give a super chat at this point, it may not get read out. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
There were a lot of members too. They're also lumped in here. But so Pyro, thank you for the super. Mr. Moo, I wasn't expecting.
Now, you see, the thing is, Nick and Nimmin looks like me, not the other way round, right? Just thought you all remember that.
When are we getting Nick on? We're supposed to have that.
Oh well, we'll work on it.
Mm.
I gained spec audience about one game. Spec audience. Audience tab on Studio shows all about that game. Is it possible to gather other types of audiences?
Like
Yeah.
YouTube is telling you everything you need to know. It's like the audience that's interested in this game wants to watch you and other channels around you. So, no, in one sense, but if there are crossover games where you can do comparisons, for example, City Skylines, and what's the other competing build game these days, Dan? I thought there was a second one.
Sims or something?
I thought there was a second.
Life
city
by
building
You is going to be made by the same people as City Skylines. So I guess that could be a crossover because it's the same people, and you can imagine probably a lot of City Skylines reference will be in Life by You. But this is just one nuanced example of maybe what you could do. But ultimately, if YouTube is telling you, hey, your audience really likes what you're doing and they like to watch other people do it too, it's really difficult. Like now you're really like in this one space, and that's okay. You know,
Embrace
that's not
it.
a bad thing. Yeah. Try to be the best in that space.
Let's keep it moving.
Google ads, good or bad for your channel?
Depends. What are you doing with them? Are you selling a product or a service? Then they're good. If you're trying to build an audience, they're not going to help at all.
So there you
Can't
go.
say any better.
Retro Gaming Music, thanks for the review on the live show. I take requests and play at least 4 hours. Videos are loaded by request from YouTube.
Wow.
That is commitment. Like we're exhausted after 2 hours.
Yeah, no, it's I need to fuel up after doing this.
In 20 minutes, I would have been here for an hour and I'm done already.
I run a gameplay channel. What can I do to improve it? Well, we can't look at your channel based on super chats, but hopefully the advice that you've heard today around gaming channels and other channels has been enlightening for you.
Do challenges, raise stakes, tell stories about them in videos.
I get decent views, but no subs, likes, or comments. Why?
There could be a lot of reasons for that. Number one, it could be embedded somewhere. Number two, it could be that it's a search-based title, which people just want an answer and they're leaving. There's no reason for them to do that. And then there's other nefarious things, which I would hope that are not the case. But those are two big ones.
Yeah, sometimes it's like asking too. Just like, by the way, hit the like button. You know, like ask them a question about themselves. By the way, not like what video I should make next, but ask them something regarding the topic of the day in that video, and get some interaction that way. Hello, I've made 4 videos on my channel, Animal Facts documentary style, with the first going over 11,000 views and the last
Nice.
okay. Yeah, I still suffered the sudden drop at the start. How do I fix this? So that's probably a retention thing.
At the start of a video, I thought it was like
I think they mean the drop off at the start of the video.
yeah, okay.
Retention graph.
So develop hooks. Think of something that's going to tease curiosity that convinces them to watch for longer. But 11,000 views in your first video, that is incredible.
Yes. Martin, thank you for the super. Appreciate you. We have High Ping Hero. I've noticed on Social Blade they list a channel's type and content type. Is this something YouTube discovers or categorizes too? Are there certain amount of videos needed or time?
I don't know what Social Blade's doing specifically. I think maybe they're just taking metadata and aggregating it. But we do have that thing on a video by video basis that we're pulling from the YouTube API that tells you what YouTube thinks a video is about specifically.
Yeah. If this is channel categories, this is just like a legacy feature that really you don't need to pay any attention to.
Yeah, I wouldn't sweat that at all. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful.
Just make the category as close to what you think is correct for your channel.
Mm-hmm. Narrow Studio says, hi, my shorts always blow up exceptionally, but it eventually stops and never gets pushed again. Can you please tell me why or how to improve it?
That's YouTube.
Yeah, that is
content's been recycling.
But listen, shorts can also kind of like get picked up, stop, and then go for a long time.
Yep.
And we always attribute that to good storytelling and just compelling content. Like YouTube will tend to test out almost anything on the short shelf for a little bit. And my theory, my personal theory, YouTube hasn't said this, but my personal theory is it's testing it with like a certain amount of views, gathering up the data. Do people like this? Do they scroll away? How quickly do they scroll away? And then deciding, are we going to spread this to even more people over time?
You know what? YouTube kind of did say that during a Max session.
Oh.
But if you were with Max, you would know this. If you were
another reason.
It's so exclusive, they won't even let me in.
That's right.
Yeah.
No Dan allowed.
That is true. Dan has never been in vidIQ Max.
That's not true. He actually has been in the shorts video.
Let's keep it that way. Oh, is he?
Yeah, we're booting him out.
Why did you let that? Why did you let
that was before we could get you. We couldn't even get you. We were desperate. We wanted somebody, anybody. We were like, just to give us.
Can you delete that? Can you delete that video? Get him out of there.
I did it already. I deleted it.
100% we'll do that.
I'm joking.
In the video making process, I love writing scripts. I love editing. I love making thumbnails and planning a release for optimized CTR retention, but I hate recording audio. Any advice?
Outsource it. Let's find a professional voice artist to do the work for you.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're doing everything else. You're scripting it and give them the script. I mean,
you hate recording audio. Wait, hold on. I love writing scripts. I hate recording audio. How are you going to outsource? You would big time if someone's going to record your audio.
Well, yes, if you script Fiverr.
But what they say is they love writing scripts. I love editing. I love making thumbnails. The only thing they hate is recording audio.
Yeah. So get a script, send it to a voice artist. Boom.
Oh, you mean like for like an overdub or something?
That's what I'm assuming. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one suggestion.
Oh, recording. I thought maybe like, hi, I'm Travis doing the thing. I hate this part. I hate recording audio. Like, I don't know. That's the way I read it. But okay, that makes sense. Fair.
Hire Zeke says, I've been trying to grow my channel. Best of luck to you.
Keep growing.
It's been helpful. A4 Gaming says, my bad vids had views. I'm better. It's the opposite. So we don't remember the first super now because there's been so much time since your last one. And I apologize.
It's relative though. What is a bad video versus a good video? Like who's to say?
Yeah.
Some of the viewers.
All right. Next up here is Rescue Animals Center. Gave us a super. Thank you. Ryan Gambles. If my channel is 99% live stream sports card breaks.
Card breaks when you open up the sports card.
Got it. Okay. Should I convert live streams to videos to gain views? How does a CDN channel get
more US views? So yeah, you should always have the best parts of your live stream. You should definitely break down into little clips, put them on your channel 100%. And a Canadian channel getting more US views would be talking about things that people in the US would be interested in specifically. Like I assume you're doing normal card breaks, but if you're doing card breaks for hockey, you're probably gonna have a hard time breaking into the US market. But if you're doing like football and baseball, eventually you will.
Unless these Canadian laws go through, which makes it a bit silly.
I don't know. This whole thing.
Yeah, it's
so weird.
Crazy. You know, when I was in Canada, like you would just hear the same music over and over again on radio stations because they have to play a certain amount of Canadian music on radio stations. And I hope that YouTube doesn't turn into that.
Small King became a member. Thank you.
Oh, right. I've got sound effects. Okay, so I've got to play a different sound effect for every new member because we've got a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple more supers real quick, and then we'll do a member super round here.
Yeah, okay.
Movies Outpost says, you boys are goats.
Meh.
Thank you. Kyle says, chatted earlier, and you suggested vidIQ Max for private Q&A. Is not what I meant. Let's say I have 20 questions about my channel. Can I come to one of you and pay you for your time to help me?
No, but you could in Max. So the answer is the same. Like literally there's an entire section that you could talk to different people and send, you could do it there. But no, you can't. We're way too expensive.
All right. A whole bunch of members. Ready?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Lefty.
Yep.
Future Games. Adventures of Lucia and Glenn. Everest Awake. Dad and Kids. Penhoff Gaming. The Wrecking Trade. Farming with Steve. High Ping Hero. Plasma Man in VR. Fred's Piano. Wealth Wizard.
Just carry on, Dan. Carry on.
The Z-Man Bunk.
Oh, no.
Ladano YouTube.
That's it. That's what I've got. I've run out.
Okay.
I got my sound effects.
Okay. Pushing polygons.
I just love it when we just play random sound effects.
And then Screamscape.
Oh, it's up. We're going crazy here. What, one sound effect per member, Travis.
All right. And then a super chat. 1K subs on my
I've got sound effect for that.
So that's weird. Well, I don't know what the normal, like, how many hours you have for 1K subs, but I mean, it depends. Like, so I assume they want more watch hours, right? So you just got to make more content. And it's math. Some people overly complicate the whole watch time thing. It's math. If you can get people to watch longer, your watch hours go up, which means live streams tend to be pretty good for that sort of thing. Longer form content, shorts are just never going to be the way because they're only watching for a couple seconds. It's super simple. It's just math. Longer content with good hooks to keep people engaged, your watch hours will go up. End of story.
And if you're mostly making shorts, then watch hours don't mean anything.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Now we can get back to some channels.
Wow,
Thank you
we
for
got
all
through
of your
all of them.
supers and members.
Incredible.
We got through it. We did.
Nice work, all.
All right. Okay. So we have another claw-picked channel. This time it's going to be a gaming channel. The gaming forum is sitting at 563 responses now.
Look at that, Travis. He changes the number for every time he pulls the ball out. That's commitment.
Well, this is why. Look how close it got to the top. 541.
That is commitment.
Love it. That's the way it should be done.
All right. Young Fogo.
Now you're making me feel guilty and lazy.
Let's Plays. Okay. Link can view. There we go. All right. They're playing, it looks like, horror games.
The classic case of a horror gaming channel struggling to make good thumbnails. It's a challenge. They're typically dark. You've got to try and create a sense of suspense and impending horror. How do you do that in a thumbnail? It is tricky, but it is possible. And so research into creators you know and love in your space and how they make the thumbnails will certainly be of help to you.
I think this video from a month ago shows the most promise because the thumbnail is pretty easy to like understand, like Nightwalk, and then there's a video game character, and then it's like Nightwalk, a short indie horror game. You didn't say Nightwalk episode 1 or anything like that. You're basically promoting this game as like a short indie horror game. Like it's nice and clear. I think where you see like a dearth of views though, like this did well for your subscriber count, but like in reality, you probably want to see more. We don't have like a face cam of you getting scared. And the video is so short, you know, like you could have done maybe a more full-fledged kind of review of the game rather than just this really tiny clip. And I feel like that might have helped it go farther because there would have been more intrigue. There would have been like more watch time associated with it, and you'd be offering a different type of value, and people might, you know, continue watching, which you'd tell YouTube, hey, a lot of people are interested in this game and this person's covering it. Let's put it out there some more.
I think this is also a classic example of a channel which can use that but then technique for the hooks of their videos. Like, don't order pizza tonight, you'll regret it. That's an intriguing title. The thumbnail, I think, needs to add a little bit more about maybe the pizza box being slightly open, but then you start the video and you start with a line along the terms of, so it was just a casual night in and I ordered a pizza, but then, whoa, all right, this is going to get intriguing and possibly scary.
Now, they've kind of stuck with that in their last few videos, a short indie horror game.
Yep.
When you were doing this stuff, it didn't work as well. It's the same thumbnail template, a number in the corner, and there's exactly what you're doing, or not exactly what you're doing. The return to the Bloody Nights, Night 3. So it's like not a whole lot going on. So this is a good direction to go in, I think, reviewing different horror games. I would say what's holding back the one in the middle here is the thumbnail being almost impossible to discern. Like if I look very carefully, I can see behind the wheel of a car. Last Stop is really the only thing I can make out, and that's not very interesting. Peter's House, though, that's a bit more like, oh, okay, I can at least see what's going on there. You know, Family Guy character, Peter's house. Is this character in the game, or did you just make that in Photoshop, though? That's the other question. Like, is the Family Guy Peter related to Peter's house? Is that, you know, a reference? So my favorite is Nightwalk out of these three, and I think they should continue experimenting with titles and thumbnails because it looks like they are onto something. It's just going to take a little more massaging. And they are doing shorts. But they're not really related to the kind of content they're making for the most part. So some more work to be done there.
Good.
All right. Sounds like we should move on to the next one.
Yes.
Almost 700 responses on the non-gaming forum. $204. It's not 204. Inkspirations.
Art and literature.
Inkspirations. I like that. That's a cool name. What does it mean? Let's see. So it's like a inspiration of inspirational writings. The best English speaking in India, the bilingual advantage, harnessing the power of language, EQ versus IQ, best poetry. I'm having a hard time understanding exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I see some poem stuff, but then it's like, where is the best English speakers in India? So I'm not clear.
The thumbnails are definitely trying to tell us far too much. I'm not sensing inspiration. I'm sensing like anxiety a little bit, just trying to decode these thumbnails. The one at the very top, the latest one, I Am Ashamed, that is kind of more of a direction I would like to see the creator going in terms of just the messaging. I don't know if that's the right pitch for inspiration. It feels a bit juxtaposed, but that might create curiosity, but it's going to make you click. But yeah, much less text as you've moved towards in the very last thumbnail.
I feel like too many different topics going on. If you're gonna do an inspiration channel, it needs to kind of zoom in a little bit on a specific type of person, because this is like inspiration in. I don't even know if inspiration comes into account. Like this video here, EQ versus IQ, personal growth and success hacks. Are you a genius? So
there's four different titles there.
Yeah, there's like 4 different things going on there, and then I don't know how it equates to inspiration on its own. But this is an interesting topic of EQ versus IQ. Like I think like asking the question, is IQ important? That could be a whole, conversation. It's just I don't know how it fits with some of the other stuff going on. How to write the best poetry. Like totally different thing for a totally different audience.
I would say the biggest piece of advice for this creator at the moment in terms of their packaging is to remove half of what you're trying to communicate in the thumbnails. Make it half as complicated. Start there. Think of the most important message, even if it's 25 different points within the video itself. take the most important one that's most valuable to your target audience and celebrate that in the thumbnail and the title, and then nothing else. Just make that the main goal of the pitch.
Mm-hmm. That is the best advice I could give.
But motivation-wise, what, 10 videos, over 100 subscribers?
Mm-hmm.
Some videos broken 100 views, yes, they have. So they're starting to grow, they're starting to build.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of going to need a bit of a tune-up in terms of who the channel is for on a day-to-day basis. Why should I keep coming back? If you can answer that question, yeah, I think they could grow quite a bit, because this is good progress for 2 weeks on YouTube.
Oh, a lot of content then as well, almost daily, if not daily.
All right. Real quick, new member alert. Devontae, thank you.
Oh, I got the sound effect.
Talkaholic.
Yes.
I like that. The talkaholic. Likes to talk.
All right. Let's pick another. No, wait. Yes. One more. Claw channel. On the gaming side.
You've just given everybody the exit phrase there, Dan.
I meant Claw channel. There could be more stuff happening. You don't know.
There's one more channel left.
From the Claw.
There's
just
3
don't know
more channels left. Always. Forever. There's always 3 more channels left.
What if this
let's not
channel
go the other side.
has like one video? Then we'll have to do another one.
I've got a life that I wanna live.
Okay. David 24 Pro. Oh my gosh. So they're a Roblox channel with very colorful thumbnails.
Cool thumbnails. I like the thumbnails. Very striking.
Been around for a month.
Well framed.
Mm-hmm.
Good use of text. My eye is drawn to something on each thumbnail. Good work there.
It's about Pet Simulator. I don't exactly know what else these titles are saying because it's not in English.
Oh, is it foreign language? Okay.
But that's okay.
I mean, you can definitely see there's something going on there in each one. Like it seems purposeful. Put it that way. The thumbnails seem purposeful.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah. Overall, this is really, really strong.
Yeah.
From what we can tell. And I think just being around a month, it's only going to take like one video to help all the rest of these videos start to kind of get boosted up there. We just need not even a viral video, just one that covers like a recent update, something that's trending within the Pet Simulator space. Pet Simulator itself, like this has been around for a while now. As long as it's still popular, good. If there's another game that's kind of taken over in this pet collecting space on Roblox, then you might want to consider pivoting. But I don't know where Pet Simulator X stands right now. That's the only thing.
Do a quick search, Dan. Is it content being recycled frequently? Good number of views. Yeah, 1 day ago, hours ago. So yeah, still seems hot.
Mm-hmm. Can you do some unboxings like some of these other channels? Maybe not 500, but can you, pick up some of this stuff and unbox it and jump on that trend?
Indulge me for a second, Dan. Let's click on one of her videos. I know we're not going to be able to follow language, but like, what's the editing like?
Okay.
It seems strong.
Yeah. Just a new channel. That's just, just got to wait until YouTube figures it out. All it is. Potentially, I should say. Oh, a
that was funny.
A lot of edits there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm encouraged by this channel.
I guess the only question is this game popular in their native country where this language is spoken? That could be the unknown barrier to entry for us. But it looks like the channel's set up for success.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep at it. Look for trends in your space. See what others are doing. And best of luck. Okay, I was being honest before it was the last channel. That was it. You can all go.
We're out of here.
Terrible.
Mic drop.
Yep. Any final thoughts?
Shots fired.
I think we've had a interesting mix of channels that we've audited today. Thank you for all of the new members who've joined. As we say, it is more about the opportunity to share emotes, and we have a bundle more coming very, very soon for you to enjoy. We may do more surprise perks in the future, but don't assume that we will do a members only channel audit every single week. It's just Dan and I like to do crazy stuff, test things.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You never know what else we'll just throw at the members. Could be nothing.
That's typically what happens here is a lot of nothing.
Hey.
So at least it's consistent.
You forgot
Come
to put on the glasses before you started.
Listen, man, I'm so tired. I would love to, but I'm so tired. I couldn't even do it if I wanted to.
I'm puzzled. You woke up and thought, oh, not another day in this world.
That's true.
How can I make myself feel better? Let's jump on a channel audit for the first time in 2 years.
It's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. And do it straight. Like, yeah, I know, right? I don't know. There was something about the stream. I was like, you know what? Let me jump in with these guys. I like these guys. Why not?
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And by the by, Max is waiting for y'all if you're interested.
Yes.
24-hour community. Like literally, you don't have to wait for these. You can come get your audit today in the private Discord. It's up to you. If you want it, come get it.
There is a link in the description. There is plenty of capacity. And Travis is going right there, right now, probably, to excite everybody in the Max as well.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right. See ya.